Nonstop.
I had to unmute you, J-Bone.
Sorry. Thank you. It just totally botched my own intro. Horrible. Thank you. Realist podcast in the room. How you doing? Welcome back, everyone, to Total Nonstop Impact. Impact Talk for Impact fans right here on the YouTube and the Twitch and wherever you folks get your podcast audio worldwide. To my left, your right, Mr. Front Row Bill, holding all the money. How you doing?
Doing good, J-Bone. It's all about that money, man. First class loves you more week after week, man. Who knows? Maybe the future tag champions, J-Bone.
Oh, they certainly walked out with a big victory tonight, especially AJ Francis. We'll get into that. How's everyone doing tonight? Sound off in the chat. Let us know you're here. And as we get into things tonight, make sure you guys smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notification. We're still not monetized.
YouTube's against J-Bone and that money.
They are. But one thing they're not stopping, apparently, for now, which is good, is the memberships. So if you guys want to help the cause and you want to join the membership on the main page or down below, click the button. There's 3 tiers. It's a small monthly fee, and I can tell you guys right now, yes, Mr. Rosario, we're going to get into that. Trust me. Great way to help the cause, and we're going to be working on some videos for the membership. It's just something I haven't had time to do recently, but by all means, join the membership. You get the special stuff in the chat, and we're going to work on some videos. In fact, I might try to do
reviews.
Some what?
Food reviews.
Yeah, there you go. We're getting.
I can give a sneak peek of a food review, J-Bone.
Oh, there you go.
I may or may not have just made a run for the border.
Oh, man, I can't tell you the last time I had Taco Bell. It's been a long damn time. It's been about a year. I gotta ask you, what's in the bag?
What's in the bag?
What's in the bag, Bill?
Well, it's something I've never had, J-Bone.
Uh-oh.
But
really?
During TNA, I got I happened to take a look and I noticed there was a deal for like a $2.40 burrito. The avocado ranch crispy chicken burrito, which I have not had there. I think it's a limited time item.
Is that one of those grilled stuffed ones that's like the size of a football, or is it
small? It's a smaller burrito.
Well, that's not bad size.
It's not for Taco Bell. It's a football type burrito.
That's a good size burrito.
And it does look a little grilled.
It's not their biggest one, but that's about halfway there. That's good size.
But I don't have any fork apparatus for the old cross section, but maybe I can do a little hand cross section.
Oh, there you go.
See what it looks like on the inside.
Oh,
it's all kinds of messy.
You know what? It's all about the fresh lettuce, Bill. It's all about that fresh lettuce. You get some brown lettuce in there. No bueno.
Take a bite.
Thumbs up. Front row Bill.
Pretty good.
Approved.
Pretty good.
Nice. There you go. Get yourself what is it called?
It is because I guess their big thing now is this crispy chicken. They're getting very into the chicken game. Like, I haven't had their chicken nuggets, but they have chicken nuggets now. Avocado ranch crispy chicken burrito. And I believe there's a spicy version too.
Oh, there you go.
But not avocado. It's like a different sauce. But there you go. Watch out, Joe Hendry.
Nice.
Food fight.
Food fight. Now we're keeping it clean here on the show. No food fight. We don't want food.
Clean, keeping it clean.
I mean, you want to trash your own desk, Bill? That's up to you. But so very cool.
Now.
Very cool. You got some lettuce there. No, I'm kidding.
Not yet, Barry. But that could be part of the membership benefits J-Bone was talking about.
There you go. Just some bonus stuff bonus we're content. Tossing around. Yeah.
Because you go back in the day, it never happened, but there was supposed to be a Philly area food review mukbang with Kyle the scumbag.
Oh, Kyle.
It never happened. Typical scumbag move.
There you go. Kyle somewhere in witness protection land.
That's right.
Well, I tell you, there was quite
sneak peek.
There was quite the reference for the return of one Kyle and one Trent on the live reaction.
Oh,
yeah. Felt like I wasn't doing my job. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's all about nostalgia. I get it. You know, trust me. There's been plenty of times we've tried to get them back, and it's just, you know, they got different lives now.
They're
still part of the family.
They could be like Goldberg. They could be like
one last one.
Yeah. It could be like the Team 3D. Could be like the Beautiful People. They just show up. They don't see them again.
You never know. So yeah, let's talk about this. This just popped up in the news feed recently in the last day or so.
Okay.
There's a new VIP giveaway. Enter to win big, a set of one-of-a-kind autograph photos featuring TNA World Champion Trick Williams and Joe Hendry. Or you could also win a set of 3 BioFlex Wave Nano devices. Oh. Each autographed by TNA stars Santino Marella and Tessa Blanchard.
That's pretty cool.
Did I hear a...
J-Bo's hearing things.
I'm hearing stuff. No, because I was on another tab. I was on another tab, and it sounded like someone else came in the podcast.
This guy.
But why does it say that you joined? You've been here.
I was here, and then I wasn't. Then I'm here again.
Oh, did you pop out and pop back in?
I was popping, J-Bo.
Oh, he's popping. Okay. Well, stay here now. All right.
It's all just a mess with you, J-Bud.
I guess. Jeez Louise. All right. You could also win a set of 3 BioFlex Wave Nano devices, each autographed by TNA stars Santino Marella and Tessa Blanchard, sponsored by BioFlex. How to join the giveaway? Subscribe to TNA Plus annual to enter. Visit TNAplus.com/welcome. Available in the U.S. only. No purchase necessary. See rules for how to enter. All right. Starting today, so this started. This was today. Starting today, every fan limited to the U.S. who signs up for the TNA annual subscription, I guess that includes me because I am subscribed to it, not only gets VIP membership automatically included, but is also entered into a special giveaway featuring exclusive autograph prizes and gear from TNA stars. See complete list of rules. This is all part of TNA's continued momentum in expanding access and value through the company's direct-to-fans platform. Watch.tnawrestling.com. Talked about the prizes, autograph photos, BioFlex stuff, third place winners. Let's see. Official TNA baseball caps.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that. I love
I love a good cap.
You do. You recently
Well,
got the VIP cap, or not the VIP cap, the Prez cap.
The Prez.
Got to get that Prez cap.
I like to take a small part of that cap.
He was wearing that proudly during the Ariel Helwani interview. We'll get to that in a minute. That was great to see. I'm like, hey, I seen that.
Well,
so here,
J-Bone,
this is
because you're still talking about the app, right?
I'm talking about the contest.
The contest. Well, that's on the app.
Here, this is a quote from Carlos Silva himself. He said, "This summer, we're giving fans more reasons than ever to be a part of the TNA family," says Carlos Silva, president of TNA Wrestling. "VIP membership is now included with the annual plan. Jiminy Christmas. Bone Man's having a stroke. And our July giveaway is
Where's
just
Jeff Jarrett?
Yeah. Oh, just like Jeff Jarrett. And we got a lot of stroke here. And July giveaway is just another way we're rewarding our most loyal supporters. It's nice. From Impact to Slammiversary, this is the most complete way to experience everything TNA has to offer. The TNA app is available now on Apple, Amazon, Android, Roku, and Samsung devices. Bill, I have a Samsung TV. I have not been able to find the app on there yet. So maybe brand new Samsung devices? My TV ain't that old.
As long as it's smart, J-Bone.
It's a smart TV. So
you have the latest firmware update?
Yeah, I'm going to have to check. I mean, I can get everything else on there from, all the other streaming services and other goofy looking apps. But maybe it's just something that it's got a premiere date on there or something. It hasn't kicked in yet. I don't know.
I'll have to take a look.
But
let us know
in
the chat if you have a Samsung device and you've got it on.
Yeah, let me know. Let us know. So yeah, there's that. That's nice to know. So you and I don't know. Do you have the annual plan, Bill, for the TNA Plus?
I have the monthly plan. I may go to the annual plan. I just may, because obviously the main difference with the annual plan is the big four, but obviously usually I am at the big four. So
right.
It makes sense previously, but still may do it.
Right. Yeah. And me being at a few of those, it's one thing to be at it, but then it's another thing to, once you get home and you get some free time, do you actually sit down and watch the pay-per-view? I've been guilty of just not watching it because I experienced it, unless there was something you wanted a specific point of view on a certain match, some crazy thing that happened.
And that's what it is. A lot of it's going back, hearing some of the commentary, things like that. Some things you may not have seen in person, because there are some differences. But obviously you're getting most of it there in person.
Yeah. Yeah. So TV is only smart with J-Bone, doesn't put any dum-dums nearby. Man, this guy, I tell you. Harsh, bro. I'm kidding. I can tell you, I had a whole container of dum-dums over here. I haven't had one in months.
Wow. Come on, J-Bone.
I got to get a fresh batch. So, any other news? Actually, you know what? Let's just jump into some of the stuff that has come out in the interview.
Yeah, well, the first one, J-Bone, since we were talking about the annual plan and the app, the confirmed number of subscribers was given.
Yeah.
20,000.
Yeah, just over 20,000. So that's great to hear. That's, but we've been kind of wondering, and other fans have wondered too, it's been out for a while. Mm-hmm. Wonder how many people have subscribed. I think for a brand like like TNA that's steadily growing, I think that's a great number.
Well, yes, especially for something that hasn't really been around that long and has
Right.
been kind of like almost in that early time was almost like a beta test.
Yeah.
So they've been constantly, but they've been pushing it. Obviously, you have a lot of the monthly specials that go in there that help support it. But also, obviously, in the main interview with Ariel, they were talking about like even the whole app itself came in question. Like, I don't think they're looking to get rid of the app or anything, but if whatever, and we'll get into that discussion, but wherever they wind up, if that's part of the deal, they're open to it. To go on someone else's platform that would replace it, if that made sense.
Right.
So like everything's up for a game. Like if for the right deal, everything's up.
It's all up for discussion. There's yeah. And that's one thing that like he gave like Peacock as an example, you know. So I don't know if that was a hint. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I think that was just the thing to assume because TNA Plus is pretty much like the old WWE network.
Right. Where it's an app unto itself. It's not content on a bigger streaming service.
Correct.
Right. Yeah. It's its own beast. But I gotta say, you know, I mean, I've had a couple hiccups since I've gotten the app within the last what's it been now, a year?
Since the rebrand, the app's been around, but like the kind of the rebrand app.
Couple years.
Question. I feel like more than a year, but maybe not quite two.
But I think it's like a year
everything's
and a half.
a blur. Everything's a blur, J-Bone.
I think it was like February of last year. I think that's when I signed up. So it's been about a year and a half now. So yeah, it's been good. You know, I've had I had a hiccup last week where the audio was a little off and like the YouTube audio was a little stronger. So I went with that. Other than that, it's been great. You know, I can count, put it this way, compared to the old app that we used to complain about all the time, that we tried to lovingly promote, but it was hard to. This has been night and day different in a positive direction. I can count the number of times on one hand the things I've had wrong with this in the last year and a half. That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. I tell you, I've had 10 times more problems with my Spectrum cable. You know, just for example.
Spectrum.
Ooh, Spectrum.
Taking some shrapnel.
Oh, big shrapnel. One of those 37-hour flights. Midnight hammer shrapnel. Oh, sorry. If you know, you know. Anyways, what else was in that?
Well, there was quite a few things, J-Bone. Well, there was multiple interviews. Like there was like a lot of big platforms,
right?
With John Wall Street, Ariel, but like I made it so some things came from some interviews, some came from others. And I know some of them were highlighted in the chat, so I'll kind of go with those right now, just because that's what the people want to talk about, J-Bone. So let's go with our good friend Eli. TNA is on fire. Carlos Silva interview with Ariel Helwani. We will see a TV distribution announcement. Now it could be TV or streaming, but some type of platform distribution announcement in 60 to 90 days.
Right.
Which once again, like I know we've been saying it here on the show, we were kind of pinpointing when that could be. It was going to be this year.
Right.
Was it going to be near Slammiversary? Was it going to be near Bound for Glory? And I think that just confirms it. Well, I think a lot of these things were kind of out there if you knew where to get some information from. Right. But now it's more official.
You're hearing
he's
it
putting
from
the timer. He's putting the timer on it now to the public.
And you're hearing it from the horse's mouth in a positive way. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So that they feel it's close, but he did give caveats that the landscape and TV changes daily. Things could happen, but based on the conversations they're having now, it's going to come to a close within the next 60, 90 days.
Right.
So
and with the start of some kind of streaming or on a new platform
next year
in 2026, right? Because this is all stuff that takes time,
Correct.
There's a lot of cogs in the machine, there's the money, and it's not like once that deal's in place, now they're going to be live. No, he even said and a lot of this is going to be referenced from his interview with Ariel Helwani, which was a great interview. If you haven't seen it, go check it out on YouTube. He says it's something that they're going to slowly roll into in 2026 is the goal to eventually go 52 weeks live. That's the goal, but it's going to
as part of a deal because, and that's something that's once again, like depending on the deal they make, that would be because obviously some of them are going to want live content. That's more valuable live content.
Oh, absolutely.
So if they're paying for the live content, then you'll do more live content.
Right.
But once again, it depends. Like, I know people will take a piece of that and run with. They're looking to do live every week. It might be live every week. It might be live every other week, which TNA did before. It might but obviously we've seen them more this year live than we have in quite some time.
Right.
So I think you're looking at that as a minimum and live every week as a maximum with somewhere maybe in the middle as a compromise.
Yeah. And he said, here's a note. Said on the podcast today that Slammiversary is going to help the negotiations for the distributional deal as well.
Yeah, it'll be the most marquee event this year that they've had. Like biggest crowd, like the most eyes. You're in the throes of the NXT WWE partnership. And so like everything's kind of coming together right now in this moment for the most momentum they've had so far this year. So it's going to be a big test with a lot of potential partners they're talking to, like that could help close a deal.
Yeah. And I know one thing that did come up today that had a bit of controversy behind it. We're not going to blow it out of the roof or nothing. Gail Kim kind of came to her own defense in light of some stuff that Carlos Silva said. And honestly,
because he was asked specifically about her being let go.
Right. And
what what went into the decision and and he was very on it. And that's the one thing that you should, and that's kind of when I knew they were going to put Carlos out there in these interviews. I knew just in my dealings with him, he'd be very forthcoming, very transparent. And this is something you don't see in this industry. Because remember, for the most part, it is still a carny industry, but he is, once again, and he's an adult in the room, a TV guy, a guy a business guy. And that's what they needed. And that's how he speaks. And that's how he went about this. But obviously, once again, just like we said, when all this went down, Gail on my TNA Mount Rushmore. For the company.
Sure.
That's right out there. And she's been a big part of it. But just like everything else, same thing when Scott D'Amore was let go. They're going in a specific direction. And people all the way in the company, they're judging, seeing where they can go, where they either see a ceiling or not with. And obviously there was disagreements on some stuff going on regarding Gail. And I know he kind of mentioned, and the big comment I think that got everyone going was reinvigorating the Knockouts division.
Right.
And then I know that's kind of where she kind of came in and like said like, hey, I was trying to do this. But hey, that stuff happens. I don't know what maybe or maybe not could have happened or not. But we do know the Knockouts division, they've added a lot of people. They've signed people lately.
Oh,
the focus on it, like what was it in tonight's show? We'll get into it. But what would you say the first half hour or so? How many knockouts were featured? A ton.
You had
double digits.
Yeah,
I imagine.
Yeah, you had Team Elegance. You had the new girls from the UK, Myla, Grace, Harley, Hudson. Tasha Steelz featured in that storyline, which became a whole nother beast. We'll get into that. You got Masha Slamovich with Yǐng Lee versus NXT's Fatal Influence, Fallon, Henley, and Jacy, Jayne. So, yeah, Lish from the System featured in those segments. Tasha Steelz featured a few times, different promos.
But just once again, like TNA, the platform that they're giving. And that's why I think everybody here, TNA fans, want to see that platform grow. And I think we're definitely going to see that grow. It's just where, how, when, still be determined. But we got a little more information over the last 2 days on how this is going to look. So every reason to be excited. If you're a TNA fan, if you're a wrestling fan,
right?
It's really, let's get excited.
It is. It's an exciting time for TNA. Over the course of the last year and a half, there's been nothing but growth in a positive direction.
Good
a lot
growth.
of changes.
A lot of good growth.
A lot of yeah. And that's great, either company-wise or in like a hair commercial. Yeah. So I can't speak on
You're
that.
Not only the president.
I'm a client, right? Bill's not only a fan, he's front row Bill. money. So yeah. So there's lots of options out there. He didn't get into too specific as far as who they're talking to.
No, you can almost get ideas on maybe some of the players, but once again, I think this stuff's changing all the time. I'm sure there's some names of people that you'd be very familiar with, and there might even be some ones, because I think in one of the I think the first print, a print interview that came out, he mentioned something about like newer to the platform. So it could be somebody like maybe it is a newer streaming service or something like that. So a lot of options.
That's a throwback. You
got
hair on your booty cheeks. That's a throwback.
Good to see your skull.
Right?
Twitch.
Team Twitch. Firing it up tonight. Hell yeah. So yeah. I'm trying to think of some others.
Yeah, hold on. Let me go through the chat because we love highlighting the TNI fam. And I do know there was at least one or two other comments made regarding this. I'm just kind of going through it. Seeing who else we have. I feel like I saw one or two. See definitely some TV possibilities here on like where they could show up.
I like to comment on Spike TV.
Yes. The Paramount, but Paramount was just purchased, but yet that was purchased. There's a reason by Skydance, who does a lot of their movies. So it's they sort of.
There's a lot of different moves going on right now. Like he also said in the interview, there's a lot of different companies that are getting purchased and stuff like that.
So that's why these things are all in flux. I know, Eli, in one of them, it was mentioned a $10 million distribution deal.
Right.
Now, once again, I think that's definitely in the range. It all depends on, once again, what's part of it, because he talked about the big 4 pay-per-views.
Right.
And like that model, the streaming platform. Like, well, if you incorporate more of that under a new umbrella, I think these numbers could grow, obviously.
Just like absolutely.
With some of these other deals. Obviously, WWE set the bar with their deal, but then that got AEW a huge deal that I don't think most people were expecting. But once again, beyond that, most wrestling doesn't get close to these kind of deals. So I think it is to be determined, but I think that's why, if anything, the WWE partnership that's going on right now gives a little more, because they're dealing with a lot of these people backstage right now in relation to this lead up. So I think I think they're helping with some transparency on them with this deal as well.
Oh, it's done nothing but help, and everyone's.
I'm sure they're talking to some of their partners. I think there's probably, I can guarantee you, CW, USA, Sci-Fi, they have connections at these places. So I'm sure there's at least some conversation being had. Will that mean they go to any of those? Not necessarily, but it definitely plays into it.
There's plenty of options out there. There's still, for a while it didn't seem like there were any networks available. Well, guys, there's wrestling all over the place on networks. Depending on what you watch. So
some might say too much. It is a crowded scene. It's the crowdedest scene we've ever seen in wrestling.
It is. Yeah.
There's wrestling literally every night of the week.
There is. Yeah. Yeah. You got WWE on a few formats, including NXT. AEW's got a couple nights a week. I was going to say you got NWA, but no, they lost that deal. Who else? Oh, OVW's on this.
Oh yeah, they got a regional deal. And if you include all that, it really. Now once again, there was always kind of regional wrestling shows.
Yeah.
So that hasn't changed, but the more one's over, because the thing that we know right now is the whole Attitude Era, and even when we talk about old TNA on Spike TV, where they got 1 million plus 2 million people, that base isn't there anymore. It's dwindled down. It's a hardcore base. So it's just like always, the more casual type viewers you can bring in, the better, because that's a limited group that people are really depending on in the wrestling market. And you can only go to those people so many times.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how a lot of these people watch that much. And because at least from what you hear, they watch almost all of it every week.
Yeah.
They either watch it because they love it or they watch it because they hate it.
Yeah. Yeah. MLW. Yeah. They're still doing a thing, By the way, I do want to say, I want to bring back up OVW real quick. And I want to say congratulations to local Cal Hero. He is the new OVW world champion. Congrats to Cal Hero. I watch
fanny packs for everybody.
Right, the fanny pack kid on top. So
now he's a fanny pack man.
Yeah, he is. He's all grown up. He's got that first big title. It's great to see, and it's just, the sky's the limit for that kid. He's got a $1 million smile and a great dad to go along with it. So he's had a good team behind him. Al Snow and the rest of OVW. Good stuff. Congratulations to Cal Hero from a local guy who lives not that far away. So, all right. Anything else regarding the Carlos Silva news with the
I think that was most
media?
Of the big stuff. If anyone wants to touch on anything else, because obviously he did some 20-minute long form interviews and then made some comments to some other ones. So if anybody else, as we go on, wants to throw anything that caught their attention or they want our opinions on to discuss, feel free to throw it in the chat and we'll go over it as we review the show.
Yeah. Oh, here. Yeah. I want to touch on this. Um, it's part of a conversation that someone had with Lance Storm. Lance
Mhm.
Storm has been a part of the oh
Producer.
what well yeah, he's a producer, but he also does the news with Brian Alvarez, those guys.
Mhm.
Um, he's on there, I don't know, a couple times a week, few times a week, whatever it is. Made comments saying that if TNA goes live 52 weeks a year, he may not be able to stick around. Do you think TNA can pull that off? Absolutely, absolutely. And look, and I've said this a few times in the last couple months. When you've got this kind of growth in a company, you're going to have people that go by the wayside because you got to bring in people that can help support that growth. You don't want to you don't want to be a look, we love Lance Storm, but you can't be the kind of company to be like, oh, we're going to keep Lance Storm. Sorry, we can't go live 52 weeks a year. He can't do it. No, I'm sorry. Go live 52 weeks a year, get that money from said network, and
There would be changes. There would be changes.
right, yeah, and it's all
And honestly,
positive
that goes
changes
beyond like that. I'm sure there'd be some production changes for sure. There'd be roster changes for sure.
Oh yeah,
Like it's a whole different endeavor because right now you're going live on average probably about 2 times a month. Like sometimes it's once a month, but other times it's 3 times a month. So I'd say it's an average about twice a month. So, but yeah, if you're talking every week, that's a
right,
different animal. It's a different animal.
right,
A lot of
yeah,
cost there. A lot of cost there.
yeah. And he said if TNA and him could reach a deal that he doesn't have to be backstage every week, he will stay. Yeah, he could be a writer like once a month with because one thing that they did mention is if they do go live 52 weeks a year, it sounds like instead of going to different cities every single week, they'll stay someplace for like a set of weeks. And that'll help with cut down the cost of travel as well. So it's kind of like, okay, we're gonna stay in Atlanta and we're gonna do a set of tapings Friday, Saturday, the pay-per-view Sunday. That's kind of like what they do now.
Mm-hmm.
So instead, it would be like, okay, we're gonna stay in Atlanta, hunker down, do 2 to 3 weeks out of a, depending on schedule and everything. That's what they might do as well. They'll stay in the city for 2 to 3 weeks. And I think that's viable. I think that's still it. And if you're live every week, that's still a huge positive thing. And you also, at the same time, you build that audience in that city, by word of mouth, and be like, oh, hey, that first week of the tapings was real good. Say we'll just throw a number, 5,000 people. Next week, oh, hey, did you hear what happened on TNA? They were in town. They're back in town again this week. We should go. Oh, yeah. Guess what? You get an extra couple thousand people in there just by word of mouth.
I love the optimism, J-Pun. I love it.
It's not stuff that happens overnight. This is what we've seen over the last year to 2 years, this kind of growth. And it's so great to see, but it's only going to get better with people like Carlos making these changes, making these moves.
Don't use that word, Bells Boy. Don't use the word.
Not a residency. No,
because
not a residency.
That's what's going to worry people, J-Bone. Like,
right.
If you want to stay maybe in a geographical area, you go residency. That's what scares people.
No.
Not that it can't work to a level, But
Right.
then you're depending more on
forever.
TV. But I think even a lot of the fans here, not me, a lot of the fans here, though, are going to be critical of that. Critical.
Oh.
Because
Hi,
a lot of times you'll get the same fans. Like, obviously, NXT does this right now. You're going to get a lot of the same crowd every show. A smaller crowd, usually, if you're at a residency. Because, once again, the business has changed. They hit the same market over and over and over and over again. Very tough these days.
Right.
Very tough. No matter what you're doing. It can be the best product in the world.
Right.
It's just tough.
You joining the street team. I'm the
street team.
I'm the podcast YouTube team.
Yeah, honestly, J-Bone, I'll give ourselves a little pat on the back here. I'm not beyond doing it. I'm not beyond pulling a Barry Horowitz here.
There we go.
We doing this is doing more than a street team's doing.
Oh, yeah. And we've been doing this for years, you know.
Like this is the equivalent. We're doing the digital street team right now. And so is everyone here in the chat that does the likes, rings the bell for notifications, shares the information.
Exactly.
Because that's how you get it here. That it's different in today's day and age. Like,
yeah,
hey, still hit those people coming out of a wrestling show with flyers for an upcoming show. Put it at the local business establishments. But how many people is that getting today? Not as much as it used to.
Yeah.
You want to get out there through social media.
It's like playing Ding Dong Ditch, Bill. Come to the show. So yeah. And you know, and Bill's doing something that, you know, a lot of fans wish they could do. I wish they could do. You know, I felt very fortunate that a couple, 2 or 3 years ago, whatever the hell it was, where we had 3 shows in Chicago, and I went down to Chicago for all those shows.
That's cool. If you're a hardcore fan, that's fantastic. I like the season pass. I love that. And right now, AEW's doing that in Chicago coming up, and then they're doing it in Philly. Like, and I appreciate that, but once again, we are not the casual base. We are not even the like we are a part of the hardcore base, J-Bone.
Oh, absolutely.
And I just know there's not as many of those as you need to like kind of really go all in.
Yeah. So yeah. I don't think there's anything else, but that's what you. But yeah, good. If you want the complete, you know, go look for Carlos Silva's interviews. I watched, like I said, the Ariel Helwani. He's talked to him before about several things, and it's not just TNA, and it's just kind of like him being a bit. And it was very eye-opening as far as like how long he's been in the, to say, sports entertainment business. He's done lots of different sports, lots of different companies, and so it's like, oh, he's done this, he's done this, and now he's part of Anthem and TNA, and part of the conversation was about Invicta, the ladies MMA, and that was very interesting too. So yeah, go check it out. Very eye-opening to what Carlos is all about. Very transparent.
Good spokesperson for the company.
Absolutely.
And like I said, like I've been a fan of a lot of the people in charge. Like luckily I was able to like speak with many of them, like going obviously Anthony before him, obviously the coach, Big Ed, like there was a lot of all the way back to Dixie. So a lot, and then obviously the Jarretts, but it's, I think they've done a good job, but they all had different roles, differing goals to really achieve. And Carlos was right. He was brought in to take this role. It's to get that deal. It's to get that distribution deal.
Right.
Like that's his thing. But the product, and I'll say, like, I've told this to him. Like I'll hear him, like he'll get the call and he is in there. Like he's Like he's not just like kind of the suit in the back. Like he's heavily involved. Like he's letting the wrestling people do their thing, but he's involved in it. Like he's hearing where we're going. He's giving input. Like he's definitely, and all in this eye of TV distribution deal, like what makes sense. So I think that's a very good place to be in. So
he's hands-on, which is
hands-on
great to see. It's not just some guy sitting behind the desk,
Yeah, like tell me at the end of the month, like what it looks like. No,
right.
he's getting in there. He's getting his hands dirty.
He said he's got meetings several times a week with all the different things he's got his hands in. So yeah, he's one of the hardest working guys. And I would put him in the same classification as like someone like say a Nick Khan for the WWE, as far as that guy making moves, trying to make stuff happen for the company,
And he's bringing on like there's people that have been there. Like I've talked to one of the guys that's handling a lot of the streaming, and it's like he's only been there for a couple months. He's adding people, but also like we talked about earlier, like that involved some changes, like some people that aren't there. And it's not necessarily anything really negative about other people that aren't there anymore. It's just direction. Like we see this with everything else, and it doesn't matter what job you've had in life. It can be in all different situations. When different management comes in, when different goals are there, it can change the players. Yeah. And that's what happened in TNA. And I think you're seeing it. Like you're definitely seeing progress. We'll see where that gets to, but it's an exciting time because if you've been a fan of this company for even just a few years, if not longer term, like most of us, you've seen it go, it's ups and downs on where it's been. And it's been down at times. Like it was, I've been at shows where people thought it was the last show, and that's not the case anymore. That's why Hard to Kill's gone. It's not needed because we're beyond Hard to Kill. It was hard to kill at that time. Right. And now it's not hard to, like, it's not going anywhere. So it's in a very good spot.
Yeah. Like 2019 is when that came out, and it
was there. That should have been the name of a big show, Hard to Kill, because that's what it was. But now it's not anymore. You don't got to focus on that. Yeah. Like that's why bringing back the old names, Genesis, great name to bring back, because that is what it is every year. It's a Genesis, this company.
Yeah. Victory Road, great to see. And it's because they've gotten past the point of they're not just that little engine that could. Mm-hmm. They came out of that section. They're past that. Now we're seeing some serious growth in the company. You're seeing the roster grow. Mm-hmm. Look how many new knockouts we've had within the last few months. It's mind-blowing. Now, we may not know a lot about some of these knockouts because they're new faces to us. But that is one thing. And
especially as they go international. Like, some of our international fans know some of these performers more than we do. Right. Like, and I'm, like I said, like, at times I know the indie scene decent, especially in the Northeast. But they're starting to, like, there's some names I'm starting to see, like, on the socials and stuff that are intriguing. But some of them are based in other parts of the country. So usually, like, around Mania season, you might get a chance to check them out. But I'm starting to look at some more indie shows a little outside of my area. It's just tough to find the time since TNA has been so busy. Just to get more of my handle on some of this, for I can see some of this talent and be like, oh, bring them in. Let's jump on it, guys.
Right. Trust Front Row Bill. He knows about the money.
There you go.
So yeah, let's switch gears and let's jump into tonight's review. I think we've squeezed enough out of that news lemon. So we got 10 days to go, Bill. 10 days to Slammiversary. We had tonight's show. We have one more show to go home next Thursday.
That means only 9 days to the softball game.
Softball game. Yes. Yes. And if you are going to the show, make sure you go to the softball game. It's for a great cause. It goes towards
The Little League.
What's the charity? Oh yeah, the local Little League charity. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And it's just another great example of TNA working with communities.
Yes.
I saw,
and that's obviously, I know Ross Foreman there, like big part of that, getting that involved in. And kudos, I know some of the stuff came out. I saw like the Hardys and Casey Navarro, speaking of First Class, at a local hospital, like seeing the kids and all. Like that was great to see. Love that stuff.
Right. Yeah, and it's to take time, and it's hard being on the road, and you make these stops, and you share your own time with these people that are in the hospital, and they're fighting for their lives, or they're fighting a disease or whatever it is. It's just great to see, great to see. So yeah, all right. So July 10th, 2025.
J-Bone, do you want to cover it on the show as the vignette we see with a certain real one, or do you want to put that in the news before we get it? Do you want to save that to when it shows up?
We'll save it. We'll save it. Yeah. Because
I know some people have hinted at that in the chat. So
we'll get to it. Yeah, because then you're going to just like jump all over the place. No, let's save it. Yeah, we can't do all that. So yeah, let's.
John Palmer, I will make sure he's asking when it is the 19th, Saturday, starts at 5:00. I'll make sure to I'll check my socials below, and I'll make sure to retweet the information out there. Unless somebody else wants to put the link in the chat, feel free to. But But
keep an eye on the website too. I'm sure they'll have.
Oh yeah, actually, it's on the events tab on the TNA website. If you go to the events, it will be the first event listed because it's the day before Slammiversary.
It's the day, right? It has its own thing. Yes. Yeah. So, and if I'm sure there's going to be email information too. So keep an eye on your emails, especially if you have tickets to Slammiversary. If you're on that list, and you'll get information about the whole weekend, meet and greets, all that stuff will be sorted out in the next week or so. 7 foot tall muck. Yeah, put big cast on her. Yeah, there you go. All right. All right. So we're starting out hot with the knockouts. Knockouts are all over this episode, Bill. So great to see. Lots of stuff happening leading up towards Slammiversary. Like I said, 10 days away now. Myla Grace and Harley Hudson teaming up against Team Elegance, the Knockouts Tag Team Champions.
The Elegance brand.
The Elegance brand, yes. Ash and Heather by Elegance. And M. I'm still not used to that M, Bill. I'm just... It's tough. It's tough.
She's just M.
She's just... It's like... What was that? What was that show? Just Jay. Something in Grace. What was that show, Bill? Will and Grace.
Will and Grace. There you go.
Just Jay. That's
just
what
Jay.
I think of. Just Jack.
It was just Jack. It was Jack. But
just Jack.
Jay's close enough, Jay.
Just them.
Just right. Bone. Just bone.
Just the bone. Oof. Keep it PG. All right. So yeah, lot of implications here leading into Slammiversary. If Grace and Hudson can defeat the tag champs, then they'll get a shot at being a number. Well, they'll potentially become number one contenders. This was a non-contenders match. So
yes, this was non-title, but they cut the promo pretty much saying, "Hey, we win. that gets us a shot.
Yeah. So, yeah,
tell me they'll get a shot.
Is that? Let me look at the card real quick. Now, we didn't get any necessarily changes to the card.
Changes.
Oh, they're facing. Okay, I forgot who the Elegance brand was facing. They're facing Inspiration. Okay,
yes.
I couldn't remember if there was another team thrown in there or who it was. Okay, all right, never mind. But yeah, so Team Elegance getting the win here over Grace and Hudson. What'd you think, Bill?
Well, no, I like that. I'm obviously a fan of both these teams. I go way back with the Elegance brand. It feels like at this point.
You do.
Yes, before I was first class and I was getting $8,000 bottles of champagne on myself, but
in your lap, yeah.
So I enjoy both of these. Obviously, you had the Iceman outside causing his havoc, which is always entertaining. And then we did see M play a part in this as well, playing a role. So it's tough. You're competing not against just a team, but a brand, J-Bone. So our friends from across the pond could not get the win here. But I'll tell you, I've been impressed from them since I saw them debut on Explosion. And I'm definitely happy that they're here. I think they're definitely adding something to the Knockouts division that was missing. And I think we'll see more. Like I think they have a bright future. Like they're once again, I think it was smart to put them together, put more into the Knockouts tag division, which a lot of people here in the TNI fam were telling us week after week there's only like 1 or 2 teams in. So it's helped solidify more of a balance in that division. And I think they're both very capable in ring. So these matches, it works. It works. Now, just like everything else, that if you're not winning them, people are going to be like, oh, well, what are they doing? Because they're not winning. But I don't feel like they're going to be without a win. Like, I think they're going to build them up. Now, it's just, once again, it's tough with the amount of TV time. You're talking 2 hours and Explosion. So there's not a ton of TV time. Like, could they get a win maybe on Explosion coming up against maybe some locals? But remember, there is some new knockouts signed.
Right.
So I think you will have the ability to see maybe them get, because there's going to be some more names getting thrown around in these matches. So, but no. Oh, and how about the even from the beginning, the ripping of the Pittsburgh terrible towel, endear themselves to the local base. You got to love it.
Oh my goodness. Talk about getting your local town heat. Jeez.
And then John Palmer mentioning our buddy the Iceman, the Pittsburgh enema.
Oh, yeah. Just tough all over. Yeah, so great first match. So then next we got Gia Miller with the Rascalz and the Hardys talking about the main event tonight, which is the two tag teams versus 2 tag teams, and they're facing the Nemeths and First Class, which they'll all be facing each other in the ladder match at Slammiversary. But tonight they're teaming up. They know what they know what they got to get done tonight.
And it looks like they're on the same page working together, the Rascalz and the Hardys.
Yeah. And also, interesting enough, you've got the young goat, if you will, Myron Reed, taking place of an injured.
And we found out what the injury was.
Right. And that's a hernia.
A hernia.
Yeah, I think they said that last week. I think. But it was just we were unsure. They were still unsure as far as if Myron Reed is going to take a part in Slammiversary as well.
I you know what? Now that you say that, J-Bone, I think that is some more news we can talk about right now, because Trey Miguel posted on the Twitter box. If you want to take a look, J-Bone, this might be worth a share screen or Rooney.
Oh boy.
Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
You said it's on Trey Miguel's Twitter?
Yeah, go down a couple. It's a post from 3:15 today. Instead of me just saying it, we'll throw it on the screen. Because he answered that question about Slammiversary.
Oh.
So I figure we should. Let me know if you find it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because that's more the news.
Yeah.
He put this out, and then this kind of hinted at it. So
this is telling.
This is very telling. This is telling what's happening at Slammiversary. And
yeah,
I give him credit.
I don't know if I agree with this, but we'll just read it. So here, this was from earlier this afternoon. Trey Miguel put out, after Slammiversary, I will undergo hernia surgery. I was given a choice, and I chose to be there. I will give it my absolute best because that's what TNA deserves, and it deserves, and you, the fans. A full recovery is expected as this is a minor surgery. Okay, that's good to hear. Thank you all for the well wishes and messages. Apologies to anyone I missed and didn't get to reply to. Okay, so that's very interesting. So he is not going to be replaced at Slammiversary, it looks like.
Correct. It looks like he's going. He had the choice. I don't know, obviously, any of the details, like we were talking about from the get-go, from when he kind of went off during that match, right after that last match, that something wasn't right. And I'm sure that's probably what he was feeling.
Yeah.
So, once again, depending on what it is, there are hernias that, it's like, it is what it is. It can't get worse, but they got to do surgery. Obviously, that they got to do surgery on it. It can't get better on its own. It can't be popped in or something like that. Yeah. But they're probably saying it's going to be discomfort. It's going to be some pain, but it won't cause any further damage. Right. So I give him credit because that's not going to be comfortable at all.
Right.
But he wants to be at this big show. So as long as the doctors gave him the option and said, hey, you can do it if you can kind of just fight through the pain type thing. Kudos for doing it. So we always joke about it, from the Trips comment from years ago when he almost left the company to go there, about the passion.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Looking further from the truth.
Right. And so if anything, my guess, my professional
Myron, we'll take over for him after the
right. That's what I was going to say. Myron Reed will take over for him post Slammiversary for a few months or whatever. So,
Dr. Gerb's going some Weird Al on us, but it is fitting.
Oh no, living with a hernia.
That is true.
I love me some James Brown though. The original is so much better. I'm just saying. But anyway.
Oh, come on. But it is very good.
I grew
always have Rocky IV.
Yes. But I do love me some Weird Al. I grew up on Weird Al, and he's still putting out the stuff. It's crazy.
He's a machine.
Yep. So, all right. So that's some news from Trey Miguel. Very interesting. So next, now we got Cedric Alexander with the great hands. This, I did not know how this was going to go. This actually was a much more entertaining match than I thought it was going to be. Cedric Alexander with the great hands against Mustafa Ali's Secret Service men. And I'm like, what kind of local jabronis.
Whoa.
And well, I was sadly mistaken, Bill.
Oh.
These guys, holy cow.
Some
I don't
big
know where
boys in there. Some big boys.
I don't know where they got these guys, but these guys ate their Wheaties before the match. Holy cow.
I'm pretty sure I knew one of them.
I tell you, the one was almost a splitting image of what is. I was trying to think.
I can confirm one of them was, because I'm looking at it. I was just like, because he's a localish guy that does a lot of Philly shows. But Steve Gabicki was one of them. Dark STG on the socials.
Okay.
He's a big
one of them was a splitting image of like one half of the tag team guys that rolls with Chad Gable.
Mm-hmm.
What's that tag team? I cannot think of the two guys.
You're talking two. If you went back old days, J-Bone, I might know more of these names. If they're not involved in a TNA NXT storyline, you're barking up the wrong tree.
Oh, I hear you. But anyone,
maybe somebody in the chat can illuminate J-Bone here.
It's the taller of the two guys that rolls with Chad Gable.
Do you mean the Creed brothers?
Creed brothers, yeah.
I actually saw them when I went to NXT.
The Creeds, okay. Thank you guys.
Not Apollo Creed.
No. Jeez. Oh my God. All right. Yeah, Brutus and Julius. Yeah, I don't know which one is which, but the taller.
I like Orange Julius.
Oh, that goes back.
J-Bone.
Yeah.
If you were just talking Apollo Creed, Orange Julius, I may have mentioned it here on the podcast before. But if you want a treat, J-Bone, still one of my all-time favorite SNL sketches. Sylvester Stallone, host. Great episode. Great. The whole thing is gold. Gold. But the Orange Julius Sylvester Stallone skit from SNL, fantastic.
That has to go back.
Yeah, this is it's probably 20 plus years ago at this point.
Is it back when he's doing the Rocky stuff?
It's probably post Rocky. It might be near like Copland. I'm trying to remember what movie may have came out around then.
Oh, okay.
But it feels like late 90s, maybe like the beginning of the 2000s, but it probably was late 90s.
He was still putting out some decent stuff at that time. Now it's more obscure.
Well, he's doing the Expendables was huge.
Well, that, yeah.
But then he's going back to his old stuff. Like he was nominated for an Oscar for Creed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he brought back Rambo. He brought back a lot of his IP.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah. He's working on a lot of different stuff. I'm trying to think of the thing that he did on.
Oh, you're talking the TV show, Tulsa King.
No. I've heard of that. I haven't watched it. But I was trying to think of the one where he was playing a superhero type character. Was it on Netflix? The Samaritan?
Okay.
That was actually
he's still a working man. He's still a working man.
He is. Still incredible shape. He's still hunting down some guy in Florida here. Some what's his name? Thunderlips? No, I'm kidding.
Thunderlips. Some big boys in this match with teaming briefly with Mustafa Ali before he decided he had better things to do.
Yeah. That was the one that was okay. So that was the first thing that was mind-boggling about this whole match. Mustafa Ali gets like halfway down the ramp, sends them down, like, okay, do your thing, and starts working his way back up to the ramp at the top of the ramp. It's like, where are you going? These are your guys. No, not giving them any direction. No. My ring set, nothing. Just just go do your thing. You know, I mean, that's a lot of trust. But still, it's like, it's crazy. So the match was good. The match was very entertaining, pretty quick. Great to see Cedric Alexander. That lumbar check, man, holy cow. I can't remember which guy took I think it was the guy with the long hair, took the big big lumbar check, whoever that jabroni was. I'm kidding. Got the pin, got the win, but then something that was absolutely mind-boggling throughout the rest of the episode until we got the next promo about halfway through the episode was Tasha Steelz turns on Cedric Alexander, low blows him, and Mustafa Ali and his Secret Service guy just absolutely clobber Cedric Alexander and the Great Hands. And Ali, of all people, who you'd think would be like, oh, he orchestrated this, he got in her head. No. He was as surprised as the rest of us. He got out of the ring and he doesn't know how to react to her. She walks past him up the ramp like there you go. And he's like, what are you doing? But yeah, it helped him, but he doesn't get it until later. We'll get into that. But right here, we're just like shaking our heads. What did you were there, Bill? What was the crowd like? Was it like you could hear a pin drop? What happened when she did that to Cedric Alexander?
Well, I think there was definitely surprise from people have been following this, because like obviously you saw everything Ali was doing to Secretary Steele that kind of got the ball rolling for all this. Like the unhinged Ali was just like, we even talked about it on this show, the TNI show. We know Alicia was very vocal about being uncomfortable with where the direction on that storyline was going.
Right, the abuse and everything.
Yeah, the abuse in there. So for her to now leave the people that were sticking up for her, what message is that sending right now?
Right.
And then the whole belief, well, she's the one that made the call to Cedric, to the real prime of pro wrestling. And now, as soon as he comes in and does something, she ditches him. So I don't know. Well, we can't get in Tasha's head, but we definitely need some more information on what's going on here.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, we find that out later. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
But right now, it's all question marks. Like, what the hell? Next, we got Masha Slamovich, Knockouts champ, tagging with Yǐng Lee against 2/3 of Fatal Influence, Fallon Henley, and Jacy Jayne, the NXT Women's Champion.
Maybe not for long, J-Bone, but we'll see.
Yeah, this is why I said, if there's there's a lot of wrestling going on this weekend, and you could choose to watch some of it, you could choose to watch all of it, you could choose to just get updates if you're too busy with life, work, whatever. But at least pay attention to the results, because there is some heavy stuff that's going to affect Slammiversary next week. And what I'm talking about is at the Great American Bash. Now, let me just pull up the card here. I'm not going to go over the whole card, but it's just stuff that affects TNA stuff. Mm-hmm. So just give me a moment here.
It's for the TNA.
Ooh, SmackDown. Interesting. Oh, sorry. Squirrel.
J-Bone and his squirrels.
Yeah, right. Great American Bash is happening on the 12th, and it's at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central. So Saturday afternoon. You've got Jordan Grace and Blake Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe. I'm not used to this name yet.
Get used to it, J-Bone.
She's yeah. Oh, love the name though. Versus Fatal Influence. So 2/3. Looks like it's going to be Jacy, Jayne, and Fallon Henley is what it looks like. And so you got that match going on, and then the next day, so that's Saturday, and then Sunday at Evolution, which looks, let me tell you, that the card has gotten a lot better over the last couple of weeks, at least in my opinion. You've got the NXT Women's Champion, Jacy Jayne, defending her title against Jordan Grace.
Ooh.
Let me tell you, if you watch any match from Evolution, now granted, there's going to be some fun stuff in there. You got the Battle Royal, you got Trish Stratus facing Tiffy Time, and other stuff, Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky. It's a loaded card. It really is. It's great stuff. I'm excited to watch it. But Jacy Jayne defending her title against Jordan Grace. So whoever walks out of Evolution as NXT's Women's Champion is going to face Masha at Slammiversary.
And that's for all the marbles.
It's for both titles. Someone next.
Hold them both.
Saturday? Is it Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday.
The racing. Someone on Sunday is going to walk out with 2 championships. And that's unprecedented for the Knockouts and the NXT women's
They're
titles.
doing it.
So very interesting. We could go with the route that Jacy Jayne is keeping hold of that title, or they could go the route with you're going to have a former 3-time Knockouts champion get that gold, the NXT women's title, and Jordan Grace face Masha.
We've been there.
And that's how Masha got her gold in the first place, was beating Jordan Grace. I tell you, both make compelling arguments for what should happen at Slammiversary. I mean, you never know, Bill. It might turn into a triple threat.
Triple threat?
We could see Jordan Grace and for what, let's just throw this out there as far as something.
You can't do title versus title triple threat. Doesn't work. Can't do it.
I'm just saying, what if Evolution gets really messy and Masha interferes in the match? Becomes a no contest. I'm just saying. Then it becomes a triple threat.
To me, lazy booking. But
you think so?
I think that would be lazy booking. I think when you can't make a decision, it's lazy booking. That feels, especially, there's too much on the line with these matches. Building them up, that's a cop out.
Okay,
that's a cop out booking. I'd say that in any company.
Okay.
So you got to have an answer. Now, sometimes and what's the most likely? Like, Jordan, would she win the title, then to win the title again, or to lose it? The least likely scenario is Jordan wins the belt to then drop it to Masha.
Yeah, it's tough.
So it feels like it's going to be Jacy. I know there's comments in the chat that no one thinks Jordan's going to win, and I can see that because of her going into Slammiversary. if you think Masha is gonna, like, either way, it just feels less likely because Jordan would have to win the belt and then beat Masha, which once again seems unlikely because they built up this Jacy Jayne program this whole time. Like, there's history with Jordan that you can rely on, but it just feels like Jacy's going to win that match, and then one of these two are going to run that gamut because we talked about it. That's going to be a lot on someone's plate to be doing both these shows every week.
Oh yeah. And from what it sounds like, I saw a news clip somewhere today. From what it sounds like, Masha's going to be at NXT next Tuesday, which just makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to face whoever wins on Sunday.
Yep.
So you'll get her on NXT television, and then there'll also be something on the go home show.
Mm-hmm.
So whether it be a promo, something live, we don't know. So we'll see. But yeah, it's whatever happens, it's going to be very exciting. You know, it's some big implications. So pay attention to that this weekend. But yeah, so Masha,
it's all about the implication, J-Bone.
It is. Those big implications. Masha and Yǐng Lee come away with the win. Fallon Henley gets the pin. Let me tell you, this was, before we continue, I just want to say this match was very physical.
It was
hard hitting. It was great to see.
They don't like each other, J-Bone.
No. I mean, I always give the Knockouts credit for, like, you're not going to see a lot of powder puff stuff going on unless there's someone super mega green that's still cutting their teeth, and you're not going to see them doing, you know, like they're putting in the effort, but, you know, maybe not putting on it as an exciting match as, say, Masha would. That's just going to, you know, rip a head off. No, these four meant business. And it was, man, it could have went either way. It was great to see. Great match. Very hard hitting. Then we get the injury report.
Bioflex.
Thanks to Bioflex, yes. In fact, Bioflex is part of that giveaway that
we were talking about. Hey, Bioflex. I said it before. You're welcome to be part of the TNI show too.
Hey, we'll take a new sponsor. There you go.
We'll take sponsors. Just like Carlos is looking for distribution. We're looking for sponsors.
I'll put some Bioflex on my back. I've had 3 back surgeries.
YouTube has dipped into our pockets too much.
Yeah, there you go. So injury report, Trey and Miguel talking about, and we also just gave an update on that, but they said that he has the hernia and that Myron Reed taking his place in the main event for this episode. Killer Kelly is not cleared after the chain match with Masha. So she's banged up. So my guess is she's not going to be a part of Slammiversary. So she'll probably be back after that. Very physical match. And considering it's her first match back, that was tough. Mm-hmm. Great match, though. Loved it last week. And then Matt Cardona banged up after his attack from the Dark. What the hell is it? The Dark State? No. Dark State. Attacking him. And we'll get into more Matt Cardona stuff later. Great X Division promo leading into Moose and the system talking to Leon Slater. What did you think of this X Division promo showing classic stuff going back to the first NWA TNA episode?
Sorry, but J-Bone, I lost you for a sec.
Oh, I just said, what did you think of this promo that they showed, of all the classic stuff that they showed from the first episode, the X Division stuff.
Oh, yeah.
The first match ever in the
Oh,
company.
yeah. It felt like the old TNI reviews of the Asylum there, J-Bone.
It did.
Go back, rewatch it later, because if you're ever hankering for some throwback content that you can watch with the TNA Plus app,
yes.
You can definitely check that out, as the TNI show went through all the Asylum episodes.
Yeah. Bill, Trent, and I reviewed all 111 Asylum shows, from the first one till they planted their foot in the Florida setting. And yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. So yeah, and this leads into showing Moose, of course, as current X Division champion. And what's that say?
Oh, Moose, it ain't easy, J-Bone.
Moose, it ain't easy. Is that a new one?
No, this is an old one.
That's an old one. Okay,
this is one of his. This wasn't a TNA. This is a Moose only shirt.
Oh, okay.
But it wouldn't surprise me, because like move, expletive, get out the way, which is now a TNA shirt. That original version was just a Moose shirt from a couple of years ago. I remember I got that made in Chicago when it first came out. So it wouldn't shock me if something like this came out again. But this is one of my favorites. I've worn this a bunch on at the TNA shows.
Yeah. Yeah, he's had some very entertaining shirts. So his match at Slammiversary is he's going to face Leon Slater, and Leon Slater said to his face, man, he is not stepping down.
Nope.
He's
got the confidence.
He's got the confidence. He's like, I'm telling you, Moose, this is going to be one of your hardest fights ever. So
history could be made. Regardless, it will be made.
He could become the youngest TNA X Division champion. He's what, 19?
That's a good question. I think he's a little older than that.
19, 20? Either way.
Yeah.
He will, if he wins, he will be the youngest X Division champion ever. Is from what it sounds like. But I gotta imagine some of those first X Division guys that first year had to have been pretty young. I'm thinking like Amazing Red. How old was he?
Oh, like they were all young, but just taking a look at the different reigns right now. And because I feel like Moose is getting there on the list. Like if he were to hold on, it would get closer and closer.
Yeah. But yeah.
So 19 when signed. So yeah, he's probably 20 change now.
Yeah.
He's a youngster.
He is.
Because you got to remember, a lot of those guys, they were in the circuit for a few years. They were young, but they were like 23, 24, 25 young.
Yeah. Oh, Red is currently the youngest champ? Okay, and that makes sense. I know he was pretty young when we were watching way back when.
He was a little red back then. A little red.
He was little, but amazing. Yeah.
Little but amazing.
So, which I've said this on and off over the years, man, get Amazing Red in the Hall of Fame already. Jeez Louise.
He's an innovator.
He is.
He's still doing it. He's obviously a fixture at that House of Glory.
He is.
Like usually a lot of times when the big names come through, it's versus Amazing Red. I'm sure that's on their list. I know.
Still killing it.
Yeah, Ricochet was just announced at their next show versus Amazing Red. So I'm sure that will be going viral.
Oh, man, you want to talk about a dream match? Holy cow. So wait, have they like never faced each other before?
It felt like during like when Ricochet was doing his real big indie run, Red was sidelined with some injuries for a lot of that. So
Could be.
I don't if they did, it would have had to be a long time ago.
So yeah. Great memories with Amazing Red. All right. Yeah, he did some crazy stuff when we were watching those episodes. So yeah. And then at the end of that,
There you go.
so Moose walks. Oh, they have. Okay. So just guessing.
Yeah, guessing quite a while back last time, I'd imagine.
Could have been when Ricochet had hair.
And you're going way back, J-Bone.
Oh, that'd be back when I had hair, right?
Jiminy Christmas.
Jiminy Christmas. Oh, man. So
which one's Jay?
Yeah, exactly. So that ends the Moose Leon Slater portion of the promo, but then in walks Matt Cardona, right?
Mid Cardona? No, Matt Cardona. He's a good guy now. He's a good guy, Matt.
He is. I'm just making sure I'm in the. Yeah, that was after that. Yeah. So he says, hey, my hands are full with this whole dark state thing. I need your help.
Mm-hmm.
And I said this in a live reaction. I said, for him to ask the system for help, it takes a lot. Because he probably already knew what the answer was going to be. But the last person to leave the conversation of the system was Brian Myers.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, he wanted to say something, but then he exited and followed his boys out of the screen. But, so then Matt's standing there like, oh, what am I going to do? So I feel like something's going to change next week. Something. I don't know what. If it's going to take Dark State to actually attack the system, guys, for them to change their mind. That might be something.
Dark State, they'll do anything.
You never know when they're going to pop up. That might be something we see next week that's going to change their mind, and Matt Cardona would finally get some help. But that's what makes sense in my head, is that we're going to get Matt Cardona and then 3 guys from the system versus the 4 guys of Dark State at Slammiversary.
That's Slammy.
So, and I don't care whether it's pre-show or part of this main card. I don't care. It's get those guys on, get them all in there. So we'll see how it works out, but something's going to happen. That's my professional podcasting opinion.
It's professional.
It's always professional. All right. Now, Mance Warner versus Maclin, the TNA International Champ versus Jake something. Hard-hitting match. Was a little surprised that we got this match now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know where this is going to lead to for Slammiversary. First of all, Bill, what did you think of this match?
I thought it was good. Obviously, after what we saw last week, it made sense. But I know they were real quick to announce it after the show, because I remember you even saying like, "Hey, all right, there's your match at Slammiversary."
Right.
But that they're doing it this week. Maclin stacking up the victories here. And obviously he's had history with Mance, who takes a pin. Now, obviously Jake did not. But like he got kind of taken out near the end. So maybe there's still something with Maclin and something. But that also could be maybe a chance for somebody else that might be showing up at Slammiversary to maybe get involved. So we'll see. But no, I thought it was good for what it was.
Yeah.
Once again, I think you're seeing Maclin being put into that position into the main event. Like he's using the new, like he's solidifying this new title and also moving back up into the world title picture shortly thereafter.
He's doing great things, especially if you're, going to defeat both these guys in a television match for the title.
He's been dominant. He's been a dominant champion.
Yeah. And you got a very hungry returning Jake something. And that's an understatement. We found out last week, Bill, that he was supposed to be out for 6 or more months, came back in 2. Unbelievable.
2.
I mean, that is, dare I say, now people are going to hate me for saying this.
Uh-oh.
But that's John Cena's level of recovery. You can't see him. Oh, 2 months later, you're seeing him. I'm just saying, for example, like when John Cena had some kind of neck surgery and then all of a sudden shows up at a pay-per-view within a week or whatever the hell it was. Shocking the world. It was like Royal Rumble or something. I forget. It was and no, I'm not saying Jake something is like John Cena. Okay. I'm saying the situation is like John Cena. Okay.
Situation? We're not bringing back
Jersey.
Robbie E, are we?
No. No, they already tried that. It didn't go well. No, I'm just kidding.
Good luck in your future endeavors.
Yeah, right. But yeah, just big props to Jake coming back early. I hope he stays healthy. I hope it wasn't, if he's ready, he's ready. But wow, it's amazing. Because when he left, I don't think a lot of people, maybe the inside circle, of course, but I don't think we knew what his injury was. He was just gone.
Well, yeah, because he got banged up at an indie show.
Right.
Yeah, so we didn't see it on TV or anything to really know.
Exactly. There was the same time that stuff happened with Hammerstone, and then Hammerstone came back and then was just gone from the company. So, but yeah, so here we are. Jake's back, hungry as ever. He wants that international title. Mance Warner, the Southern Psycho, Jiminy Christmas. Just giving everybody chair shots. I tell you, if anybody was going to walk out of here with that, he was the one that started using the weapons, and I'm like, oof. It's not going to look good for these guys if he keeps that up. And of course, Steph DeLander's just in the corner, just laughing about it. So yeah, great match. Maclin does retain. What if you had to guess, Bill? There's no wrong answers here. What do you think is in the cards for Maclin at Slammiversary? There's got to be something, right? You think it's an open challenge? What do you think?
Yeah, I think if not an official match, he's going to come out, cut a promo, and somebody's going to challenge maybe for the live show in Rhode Island that following Thursday. Or something like, but it's either going to be a new signing, maybe a debut, a new signing, or a return, or possibly obviously someone from NXT/WWE. Like that would be because he obviously has the history there too. So you could definitely do some stuff there.
Oh yeah. Because there's going to be stuff that's happening at the Great American Bash. Let me just take a look at the card here. I mean, there's a lot of people that could walk out of there, say if they're not successful, like going after whatever title they're trying to get at the Great American Bash, they could walk into Slammiversary and be like, hey, well, I didn't get this. I want that. Perfect example. Just throwing stuff at the wall here, Bill. North American Championship, Ethan Page is defending against newcomer Ricky Saints. Falls count anywhere. Say Ricky's not successful. What's to stop him from showing up at Slammiversary and be like, hey, there's a title I want too. Why not? Dan Jefferson in the chat. Oh my God, it's Monty Brown.
Pounce.
Oh my God.
Period.
Pounce versus Maclin.
And who knows? There is rumors of like maybe some big names. Jason Michael talking about the Cowboy. Sorry about your damn look. Like there's,
I don't think
there's a plethora of people that now once again maybe not in this angle.
Yeah,
because he'd be heavily cheered, I would imagine. But like, because it's funny, like if you're going to bring back like a TNA legend,
yeah,
most aren't going to get booed. It'd be tough to get like a heel legend to kind of come back versus Maclin.
Yeah.
That's why it feels like maybe more like, honestly, we haven't talked about it yet, but it's coming up, the vignette.
It's coming.
That could be the person that shows up.
It could be.
Because he'll get heat.
Oh,
that crowd's going to eat him alive, which is what they're going for. That's my imagine. I know you're going to go back to the NXT Love Fest days, but that's not what he's going to get. I think he's going to get huge boos.
We'll get to that. And when we get to that, I'll give you my professional podcasting opinion on that. All right. But first, we got one of the big mind-blowing segments of this whole episode. One of the biggest storylines happening. We find out what's in Tasha Steele's head. And it was one of those things where you just sit back and you just listen and you're like, what?
Say what now?
So Tasha Steele's is pulling the strings here, Bill. See, that's one of the main things I wrote. That she's pulling the strings, and she called up Cedric Alexander because she was so sick of what's going on in her own stable, in her group with these guys.
It was a lot like Eddie with the system,
right? And almost like a public firing. And she's like, she does not hold back. She even makes Mustafa Ali speechless for most of this. Because then he comes off with, I knew there was a reason I hired you, kind of like taking credit for what she's thinking about.
Aha, very nice.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden the system shows up.
Because they work. System works.
And because she's talking about trying to make this the most dominant group in TNA.
Oof. Something
that Ali's been trying to do, but he's been going about it the wrong way. Instead of abusing his crew, it's like you're not gonna beat a concept.
He's ruling by fear,
right? You're not gonna beat it into him. That's not the way to do it. And she's like, we got to get our shit together. We will become the most dominant force in this company, and the system overhears that. And they're like, oh, excuse me? You're going to do what?
Excuse me?
I don't think so. And they're basically just laughing at him. They're like, They're like, you guys don't have anything. You ain't got nothing. You are worth nothing.
You want to know something?
Oh, that was hilarious. Yeah, she just gets in Tasha's face. You want to know something? I'm like, oh, hell no. Tasha's just like, so this is actually a match that's going to happen. I thought for a second this is going to turn it into a Slammiversary match, Bill, but no, we're getting this next week.
We're giving it away.
Pretty much, but what do you think about all this? Well, first of all, Tasha's mind games here.
I'll tell you, I felt like Ali there for a second. I was speechless, J-Bo. This one's been all over the place.
It has.
Now, I guess to see it from this perspective, I'm looking forward. It sounds like our very own Alicia will be on next week, but I'll be very interested to get her opinion on kind of how they're wrapping this up together. If that changes her opinion on this, where if it is like, oh, Tasha was really the brains behind this, does that save some of the negative impressions she had on this? I think some might say yes to that. That's like okay, that end game. I'm maybe more okay with it. Maybe not liking it, but maybe more okay with it. I don't know. I have to see it play out. I get now. All right. Well, now you're going against obviously the system, which has been the most successful group, even if they don't have a ton of success lately. They still obviously have the X Division champion in Moose.
As in gold, yeah.
But they had a lot of gold. Like Lish had gold. Obviously Myers and Eddie had gold. JDC has not had anything yet, but a lot of them, a lot of gold.
Over the course of the last year or so, yeah, absolutely.
So very, very successful run for the system. And obviously right now, other than Ali, this group wasn't there when he had his X Division gold. But he's had obviously success here. So it's bold to go that, like to have this and immediately go, hey, well, now we're the greatest stable after this. It does, and obviously this will play into Cedric versus Ali at Slammiversary, which we already know we're getting.
Oh, yeah.
But it does, like, all right, you had Tasha, so that could help her, but where does that really leave? So now what, just the good hands are going to be lockstep again after all this? Like, how about all the feelings they've had during all this? Like, where they kind of showed maybe their true colors, like by eventually going against Ali and a lot of this. Like, do they just all of a sudden just go lockstep again? And what's that do for them? So I don't know. Like I'll let it play out a little bit more. I don't know. Like it definitely threw for a curveball. I wasn't seeing that ending. But the Tasha stuff's kind of been like, why was she okay with so much of this? Like what was going on the whole time? So her being more behind the scenes, involved in some stuff. Okay, that makes a little more sense. I can. That's why I said it's like you can understand it maybe a little bit more, even if you don't agree with it. But yeah, I got to see more where this goes before I have a final opinion. And it doesn't seem like a smart thing to pick a fight with the system in their current state.
Right, they're riding a pretty big high going into Slammiversary. Of course, they're backing up Moose. But Moose is... See, here's the thing. Moose may think he's walking into Slammiversary with his whole crew against Leon Slater. Oh, then it's a cakewalk on paper, you know. But now you've got this other stuff involving it. Could be distraction. You've got the dark state lurking in the wings. And I think that's going to take all, if not most, of the system out of the equation for Moose. So you got a lot of different things pulling different directions between the Order 4 and the system leading into Slammiversary. Dark State's going to be part of it. You got Ali and Cedric and Xander. What's going to be interesting is where Tasha fits into the end of this. Is she going to help one or the other, or is she just going to sit back and watch and be like, and try to orchestrate putting together a successful, stable? It's a little confusing, very it's very shocking, you know. But I give her a lot of credit for what she pulled off here, because it shut everyone up. It shut everyone up and take a step back and go, oh, yeah, we don't have our shit together. We have been screwing up, you know? And for a second there, the Great Hands and Mustafa Ali were all there together, like kind of shrugging, like, yeah, we've been sucking. You know, we've been sucking eggs. You know? So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Now, holy cow, Bill. Of all
Holy
the
cowbell?
things, I said, holy cow, Bill.
Oh, okay.
Cowbell. We need more cowbell.
I have a fever.
A hankering. That's one of the best SNL sketches ever. With
There, Orange Julius, they're close.
there you go. With Christopher Walken, that's who it was. Couldn't think. But anyways, you see a thing here that says fourth rope. It's like, fourth rope, what is that? And I actually had to do some deep diving during
I've been to one of their shows in Atlanta.
Okay, so you're familiar with the name.
Yes.
But anyone
Guns promotion.
If you're not paying attention to the main proprietor of this next promo we're diving into here, you're not going to have a clue of what's happening.
They paid for this promo.
Well, they the following promo has been paid for in the voice of the NWO. And I will just say the artist formerly known as Enzo Amore all of a sudden appears on the screen, and he's doing his thing. I was like, oh hell no.
Everybody knows.
I was shocked, and it basically, just to sum up the whole thing, it sounds like he's like, hey, you guys are going to be in my neighborhood, my neck of the woods,
my backyard.
And he talked about crashing Madison Square Garden, which he has done. He has sat.
I was at that show as well.
He was. Were you really?
That was during Mania Week. I was there. That was because that was the Ring of Honor show, and that was where I was running from there to the next show, and it was crazy travel going in and out of the city.
And he and Cass crashed the show. But yeah. And what's sad is nothing came of that. It's like there could have been such a huge thing with the Ring of Honor.
Bully got in his face, right? That was what came of it.
Yeah, right. So, and then he also talked about sitting. What would you say? Like sitting front row with a wig in an audience,
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, his appearance going viral. We've seen that in the past. Shocking.
He's done these things.
Yeah. And so now, like you said, TNA is going to be in his neck of the woods, going to be in his neighborhood. And he's got this, I forget what title he said. And I looked it up and I saw it, but it looks like the $1 million.
It does look like it. Money.
Yeah, it's got the money all over it. So someone in the chat said, oh, he should join First Class. And I'm like, that might happen. I would not be shocked, because honestly, he would be quite the mouthpiece for these guys.
Filled with mouthpieces.
Oh, yeah. And now, I, for one, have been a fan of his for a long time. I know there's going to be a lot of people out there that automatically defer to the negativity that happened to him following his exit from WWE. Now, I did quite the piece on this in my my other channel, Smash This Podcast. I invite you to go Smash This Podcast. I invite you guys to go check that out. Go look that up. All the stuff that happened to him that he was allegedly accused of, it all came up false. It all came up BS. And, he wiped his hands free of the whole situation. And he came out on top. Now, granted, yeah, he lost his job. It's a damn shame. Hindsight's always 20/20, Bill. I wish WWE would have done their due diligence to do the research, what was behind this, because he wouldn't have lost his job.
Not then.
They took the rumors, they ran with it. He lost his job, and it was horrible.
It's a tough spot though for them too.
It is.
Because we've seen this with a lot, and then like a lot of these things, if they're a distraction, it's just not worth it for them especially a publicly traded company during this era and everything. It's just it's a tough spot either way.
Right. Yeah. They didn't want to lose that Snickers deal.
It's all about the Snickers shit.
Oh my God. Still got the Snickers.
Snickers and Slim Jims.
That too. Could you imagine Enzo with a Slim Jim? Jiminy Christmas. That'd be hilarious. But anyways, so basically sounds like this is going to be...
Everybody knows. You got to stop and do it.
You do. It sounds like this is basically going to be like an open challenge situation. Like he's going to show up.
Or he's gunning for somebody.
He might.
Or some buddies.
What was your first response to this, Bill? Were you excited to see him, or
I'm in favor. I've seen him quite a bit over the handful of years at different indies, MLW, and he'll get a reaction. But like I'll tell you, like from every crowd I've been in with him, but like, and I've talked to him at like some like indie shows and stuff, and he's very personable. Like he's like. But he's got to get booed, J-Bo. He's a heel. Like his character is always a heel. Just in NXT, when they love everything, they were over. But then as soon as they got into WWE and weren't over, which was what happened, they kind of were more heels because they weren't over. Like you can't teach that. But then it was like he's going to get massively booed. But that's the reaction you want.
See,
he's going to be heat.
See, I would think the opposite, because I think he's gonna walk in, he's gonna do his shtick, the crowd's gonna eat it up. I compare this to when,
but he's gonna do it in a heelish way. That's what he's been doing on the Indies, MLW. He's turned that into even more of a heel character.
Okay,
like he's gonna rip, like. The area he's gonna rip Long Island or something like it.
Okay.
He's gonna search for heat. I'd be shocked.
Okay. Because it sounded
applause. If he goes for applause, I'd be shocked.
It'll be interesting to see the reaction he gets, because it's kind of a hometown thing,
sort of.
So he could choose to use that, or he could turn on it immediately and then so-and-so is going to show up or something. Who knows? But I'm very excited to see it. I love Enzo. Charisma through the roof.
He's got that. He can talk and he's going to get a reaction. And that's good. That's good. Anytime you can get people with reactions, that's good. Lean into it.
Because I compare it to when Trick Williams comes out and the entire arena is screaming whoop that trick, because it's fun. You do the whoop that trick and everyone's doing it. It's kind of like Yeet, only different. but then he says something, he does something, and it's okay. Now remember, it's fun to boo him. Okay, then we're gonna boo him. So I got a feeling by what you're saying is he's going to come out, he's going to get a reaction, relatively positive. Realest guy in the room. How you doing? The whole crowd's going to say his shtick with him. Maybe we'll see. And then, he might turn on him. So, but
yeah, it's just I'll be interested to see how much room they give him.
Yeah,
because honestly, a lot of times his things take time. Like he is like it's a lot of time to devote to something like this. So, like, where do you put it on the show? Because like his whole thing is like a few minutes before he even has a match of any kind. So I'll just be interested to see how much they lean into it. But I think it will get a reaction. And is it a one-off, or are they looking to do something beyond that, which will be interesting to see?
If Carlos Silva is trying to do stuff at Slammiversary that's going to turn heads, get people talking, and
he'll get people talking. He'll get people talking
and try to make, we'll just say viral moments, water cooler talk, whatever you want to call it.
It will for sure be a top 10, like downloaded, viewed moment on the socials. With a possibility of a top 5, outside chance of a top 5.
And it's going to be one of those things that puts attention on TNA.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in a positive way, whether you love him,
it will
or
be
love
taken by outlets, and it'll be positive and negative.
Yeah.
Just because anything will be taken for a positive way, but there's going to be
an
Enzo agenda out there for sure that are looking to. My guess is it's already after tonight, after that this just happened on the show. Yeah. My guess is there's some people probably running with
yeah.
And Dr. Gerbs, I think this is a good point that he, if anything, he should be making an appearance at the Penthouse.
Oh, absolutely. So
after I get invited to the Penthouse, then
it's only proper. Yeah. Yeah. Bill, then Enzo. Yeah. And then everybody will be making that
teach money. That.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And Bill's not 7 feet tall, but he might be taller than Enzo. I don't know. But yeah, so it's very exciting. By all means, whether you love him or hate him, put your opinions in the chat. If you're watching this after the fact that you're watching the replay of this, leave a comment. What do you think? Good or bad? What you love him, hate him? What do you want to see out of this?
What would you do? Would you cheer or would you boo?
Yeah, and what do you want to see him do?
Because you got two different. I think both Jay and I are both saying we're fans of Enzo.
Yeah,
but I just think it's going to be very much a heat crowd, and Jay thinks he's living in the good old days there, and thinks it's going to be a face reaction.
Yeah,
he can't teach.
Like I remember when he was in the middle of Times Square, and he had thousands of people around him, and this is when he really started to break free positively post WWE, when he cleared his name and he started releasing singles and raps and all that kind of stuff.
Real one,
yeah. So that I still remember stuff like that. So we'll see what he does. Either way, it's going to be entertaining as hell. Can't deny that. Yeah, right. Yeah, Eli Samuel was there. Why hate him? He's a certified G, right? So we'll see.
Certified G. I just hope some people wear the old Enzo hair, right? Didn't they have that at WWE? That a merch item?
God, yeah.
Like
everything with like a leopard G on it. Yeah, that's gotta have it, and you can't teach that. Realest guy in the room, whatever. Yeah, one of those things. Next, we get a Santana promo, all leading up to him being in the main event, which we'll see how viral Enzo may end up in the main event too. Oh,
That a guy, David.
But I love that there's a groundswell of the fan base, putting Mike Santana in this position. And of course, this you could say, well, this might have been the plan all along. Okay, but it's a lot of hard work on Mike's part, connecting with the fans, coming through the crowd, his promos, why he's going to become champ and why he has to do this and all that. Everyone's got an agenda. Everyone's got a mission. So there you go. Good evening, Ash. How you doing?
The realest one in the room.
That's right. So yeah, what'd you think of this promo? And we may see one more before the pay-per-view.
I think so. No. Obviously, this is the build. Like the main event, New York boy coming home, doing good. So yeah, no, like it's, and I think the more we get to hear from Santana, that's like the better it is to build everything up. So because I think there are, like, obviously we have a lot of history with Mike Santana going back to the LAX days, but from his return to the company as a singles performer and then going obviously all the way to the main event, his feud with Ali. I think just the more you get to hear that, the more you think about him winning that belt. And I know some people are convinced that's definitely going to happen. Yeah. I said it last week, I think it could go either way, but I equally think it could go any way, the main event. And I think that's the key. Like, if that's what it looks like, where it could go any way, I think that's the best way you can go into a show, where it's like anyone could come out of this. There's so many times you're like, well, there's no way that person's going to win, or there's no way that could happen. But here it's like I could see any of those things happening. So that's great.
Yeah, as we jump into the last portion of the show, make sure you guys are smashing that like button and share the podcast. Thanks everyone for being here. Looks like we got some great numbers tonight. Smash it. Thanks for being a part of it. Now we got some more knockouts action happening here. We got Indi Hartwell.
All about the knockouts.
Hell yeah. Just a loaded knockouts episode here.
TNA said knock you out.
That too. Love that one. Love me some old school LL Cool J back in the day.
Union Man, LL Cool J.
Right. Victoria Crawford, Indi Hartwell, tearing it up. Tessa, of course, at ringside. On commentary. Talking with the guys about what she's going to do to Indi at Slammiversary. What did you think of Victoria Crawford versus Indi Hartwell?
You know I like this, Jaybo, and I've been talking about the issues I've been having because I'm obviously a big fan of Tessa for a long time. And then Victoria Crawford, I think, has been a perfect accomplice of hers. Putting them together has been good stuff. And like I said, like I knew her previous character in WWE. I can't say I followed as much because I just wasn't paying a ton of attention, but I've been just beyond entertained by her since she came to TNA. I think her character work has been phenomenal. And then in the ring, I think she's been able to show what she can do in the ring still. So, and then going against Indi here, but we knew how this was going to kind of wind up with it kind of getting out of control at the end and Tessa getting involved, building this match for Slammiversary, which looking forward to it.
Yeah. And I gotta say, Tessa cutting Indi Hartwell a new one in her promo post match. Wow, just double we say go double down on this whole loyalty and friendship thing.
Yeah.
You know, and she's holding a fallen Victoria Crawford, you know, basically saying, you know nothing about this. You know nothing about, well, so you know nothing about winning gold, which Tom Hannafin had to correct Tessa there because she was a former NXT women's title holder, tag team champion as well, in her time in the company. But yeah.
But Tessa held the main title in this company.
Right. Yeah. Which no one else could say
like
that.
Tessa can talk smack on everything regarding belts.
Yeah.
Like that, like she's a goat. I like that J-Bone focuses on a comment about Kango as he's readjusting his Bone Man hat.
There we go.
It's all about the Kango.
Kango. It's not a Kango, but it's closest thing to a Kango. Anyways. Breakdancing. Dude.
J-Bone will be breaking something.
I used to do my fair share of breakdancing way back when I was a wee little bone, let me tell you.
Whoa, you were a break bone?
I was. You lay that cardboard on the floor, I was cutting it.
Did you have your own cardboard, J-Bone?
Hell yeah, man.
Right.
You put it smack dab in the middle of the house. You know, it was the hallway in the middle of the house that led to all the rooms. And that was like the biggest spot you could put the cardboard. And then my parents just trying to walk from room to room, like, what are you doing?
Now, what were you playing on the boombox, J-Bone? Give me some jacked up jukebox knowledge. What were you playing on that box?
I was playing Beat Street soundtrack.
Okay, all right.
Beat Street, the king of the beat. I see you rocking that beat from across the street. Beats. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Get the bass in there.
Yeah. But yeah, that's some old school.
The only TNI and beatbox podcast.
The first release of, say, Salt and Pepper.
Ooh.
Some old school Run DMC.
Ooh.
Anything classic. Houdini, all that stuff. So much fun. It's good times back then. Good times.
There you go. You got a little.
But anyways,
jacked up
jukebox. Yeah, little jacked up jukebox there. There you go.
Throwback. We had a Smashes podcast and a jacked up jukebox. Right?
I feel freaking old now. Let me tell you, man. Holy shit. Anyways, all right.
Can't teach that.
Can't teach that. Victoria Crawford, Indi Hartwell gets the win here, but Tessa tears her a new one, and it's all leading up to their match. Indi Hartwell versus Tessa Blanchard at Slammiversary. So definitely one of the ones I'm looking forward to the most. Can't wait to see it. Ice-T, yeah. I wasn't much of an Ice-T guy. I was more Bill's got the Ice-T, yeah. Wrong Ice-T, Bill.
Oh, we're talking about Ice-T.
It's so goofy. Gotta drink the tea. We spilled the tea.
Ooh.
All right. Now Santino's backstage and with his daughter. They were talking about something. I didn't catch it because all of a sudden EY's, basically pouncing Santino. He's all over him and talking to him about the hometown guy.
Hometown man, Jay.
The hometown man, excuse me. Hometown dude, yeah.
He's a hometown man.
So no appearance this week, but
there goes the ratings.
All of a sudden, Eric Young, he's like, I know he's like, I know what this guy's doing. He's like, remember back to Super Eric?
I remember Super Eric.
Remember Super Eric?
We never knew who he was, though.
He goes, that was me.
No.
And Santino just about goes through the wall. Like, what?
There's no way he was Super Eric. That's crazy talk.
The best part of that is like immediately after that, shows commentators, the commentator does, Tom Hannafin's like, he's like, what? Matthew Raywald's like, do I have to tell you about Santa Claus too? What the hell? That was hilarious. That was hilarious. So yeah, I think this is all leading up to a match between EY and
the hometown man.
The hometown man at Slammiversary.
Well, it's his hometown.
So is this going to be a new hometown? I mean, this is going to be a different town, Bill.
Well,
I mean, we had the Arizona hometown.
The hometown man's a state, like the hometown's a state of mind, J-Bo. Wherever you're sleeping that night is your hometown. So basically what you're saying is what some old wise man told me in my first job. And he was a cook and I was a busboy in a restaurant. And this is what he said to me. He said, Jason, I wasn't J-Bone at the time. He said, Jason. Yeah, you're revealing a lot right now, J-Bone.
I know. I'm really cracking that fourth wall open. He goes, Jason. He's like, I want you to remember something. No matter where you are or what you're doing, you're always right there with yourself. Words of wisdom. And I've lived by that my entire life, Bill. You know?
He was saying you were in your own hometown.
No matter where I went.
No matter where you are. It's like wherever, like your house is not your home.
Right.
Your home is wherever you are.
You land.
Your people.
That's right.
That is what the hometown man represents.
Yeah. Wherever
he is home.
Yeah.
And we're there with him in his hometown.
Dr. Gerb says Metallica doesn't fit in the breakdance convo. Who's talking about Metallica? What? I mean, Anthrax did some rapping back in the day.
They did.
Bring the noise.
Come on, a little breakdance in the Master of Puppets.
No, that's some moshing. It's a different kind of dancing. Some moshing. So,
were you a mosh guy? Were you a mosh pit man, J-Bo?
No. I was one that always stood back and watched everybody kill themselves, dive into the crowd and land on the floor and break their necks. No,
I had a short run in mosh pits.
Did you?
Yeah, I was like, that's enough. That's enough. I think that was like maybe one summer, and then I'm like, yeah, no more mosh pits for me.
One concert.
But I kind of like, because I would just like, you know me, I'm like in like a pit. I'm working my way up to the front. So like I almost like I was like a mosh bystander. So I just kind of got involved in them by just being where I stood. So then it's like, all right, now I know where to avoid. Enough of that.
There you go.
Because it became too prevalent. Like it was like for bands that made no sense to mosh for. Like, okay, yeah, if you're going to a death metal show, I get it. But then it was like all random alternative acts started having mosh pits. It's like, why a mosh pit? Like, what are we moshing for? The ska music?
My craziest experience in getting stuck in something like that was, this is like the summer of like 96 or 97. And it was a Rock Never Stops tour. I don't know if I might be dating myself on some of that. It's when they were trying to keep some of the hair metal alive.
Okay.
So you had combination bills. You had like five.
Whitesnake?
No, not that big, but
okay.
Like it was like the mediocre bands that were, doing arenas, then not quite,
Okay.
So you had like what was the bill I saw? Warrant was the headliner.
Gotta have Warrant.
Slaughter. And then someone else, and like the co-headliner was the return of Quiet Riot.
Oh,
like the original band.
Nice. I like that bill. It's a nice bill.
Well,
I know Rick here talking. Yeah, I obviously I graduated high school in '99, so this is definitely my time frame.
Yeah,
I'm much more of a Woodstock '94 than a Woodstock '99 guy.
Oh, '99 was to burn the city down. Jeez Louise, it's all Limp Bizkit's fault.
A lot of people's fault. Woodstock '99.
There's some horrible things that happened then.
The promoters. I think there's a documentary on Woodstock '99.
There is, yeah.
Like that was set up to be a total mess.
Yeah.
Now a lot of people played bad roles in that too, including some
sure.
But they all leaned into everything that was going wrong with that show.
Yeah.
But that's the money grab of all money grabs. Woodstock '99.
You talk about putting a mosh pit in the wrong place. Here's my experience. My buddy and I creep our way up to the front row, and here comes Quiet Riot playing Bang Your Head, Metal Health. We're all we're crazy now. Whatever they kind of opened with, it was just, and we're getting shoved up against the railing, the fence. We're like, oh, geez, this is really. Like I'm not used to this. I'm the guy that stands in the back and watches all this shit. But my buddy dragged me up there. I'm like, hey, I'm really kind of uncomfortable. I want to be up here, dude. I think I turn around and look at the crowd behind me, and some dude getting body passed. I catch a military boot in the face.
Oh, the old boot in the face.
And he's they're body passing people during Quiet Riot. And I'm like, what the hell, dude?
All kinds of weird stuff. The stuff at some of these shows, like I remember it wasn't even that long ago, crazy enough. But now it's probably like 10 years ago. And I'm saying that's not long ago. Yeah. But I remember seeing like Guns N' Roses at the Electric Factory in Philly.
There you go.
And that's like, so this is Guns N' Roses with like Bumblefoot, DJ Ash, like multiple lead guitarists were on.
Okay, post/, before the reunion.
Post/, and I guess it was post Buckethead too, or it was like the end of Buckethead.
Chinese Democracy tours.
Yeah.
Okay.
And but like same thing, and it's like once again, like Guns N' Roses at that state, are you doing like crazy? Like no, once again, it wasn't mosh, but just like I feel like I was almost accosted from behind me from somebody as like just like the getting so tight in some of those crowds.
Yeah.
So it's just
nuts.
Wild. Like and obviously I think it's one thing in the States. You look at like kind of some of these overseas concerts and it's crazy. Although I will say this on the music theme, J-Bone, if you've seen any footage, and I don't know if you were ever a fan or not, but the recent Oasis shows, they sound fantastic.
I didn't know if they were actually going to pull it off because, the tickets went on sale.
Well, once again, like with those guys, it could all come crumbling down. But there's a lot of money on the table to be made.
Anytime, right.
But
so you got that kind of money on the table. It's like, get your shit together and play, yeah.
But yeah, no, looking pretty good.
So to wrap up my boot to the face story, I exited stage right. I'm like, I'll be back. This is stupid. I'm like, I love Quiet Riot. I'm out of here though. I went upstairs to the meet and greet section. I met Slaughter. Nice. Got the poster autographed. Great stuff.
Where were you hiding this poster when you got kicked in the face? It's still here?
It's buried. It's somewhere. I have it. Yeah. But anyways, yeah. Not a physical guy.
Not a physical guy.
I stand back and laugh and look at these guys. Oh, Oh, my friend just disappeared underneath 20 guys. So hope he's okay.
Now J-Bone, we all got to do the Lethal Weapon line. Danny Glover, Richard Murtaugh. Getting too old for this shit.
Getting too old for this shit. Right. Right. Now I just, look at the headlines. Oh, who's coming to town? Oh, I wish I could be there.
I wish I could be there.
I got half my hearings gone. So yeah, just like no way. Tom Hannafin, interview with Hendry, getting towards the end of the episode here. Hendry's got a different frame of mind than, say, Santana.
Mm-hmm.
Hendry's more of I lost the title. Everyone's upset at me. I have to redeem myself.
Yeah. He lost it to the outsider.
So it's a redemption story for him.
I'm always a fan of these Tom Hannafin sit downs.
He's great. I'll put him up there. With TNA, as far as someone you want to sit down and talk to.
Yeah, the voice of TNA. Yes. And he did the same thing. TNA would do those sit downs occasionally, the propel storylines, not just all the time for no reason. So no, I think they're using it the right way. I think once again, TNA, I think it was part luck and just a good job. The commentary team they have right now, Tom Hannafin, I like that they brought him in when they brought him in. I don't think you can really do better right now than Tom Hannafin is. And obviously Ray Wald, I think, is a great pair, and they got good chemistry. So it's one of the better duos I think TNA's had, and they've actually had some iconic duos, obviously. So
they have. Tom Hannafin's been nothing but, the right guy at the right time. As much as I was trying to think who you replaced, it was Matt Stryker, right?
Well,
I think.
Well, there was the GOAT, Josh Matthews.
Josh Matthews as well.
And then Matt Stryker was sort of he was there, but he wasn't there. So
it was all post Lucha Underground. So yes. I think he had that behind him.
Yeah.
As well, as far as that bit of hype and how he was doing on commentary, which I loved him on commentary. But when they brought in Tom Hannafin, I was like, oh, here we go. So. All right. Main event time. Trick, NA, is on commentary. We got First Class with the Nemeth brothers versus the Hardys and the Rascalz. So you got two halves of what's going to be a fatal four-way ladder match at Slammiversary for the TNA tag team titles. So, obviously, you got the Rascalz and the Hardys. They're going to work together well. Can First Class and the Nemeths work together? We got to wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
Very physical match. We got some highlights here. Jeff Hardy getting in the ring. He's got some big pops. Anytime the Hardys are involved in the main event, they're going to get some big pops. First Class, always very physical. The Nemeths backing them up. First Class. Money, money, money. So yeah, great main event. Of course, very physical at the end. AJ Francis actually getting the win here for his team. And then Trick Williams getting involved, clobbering the baby faces. Santana runs down, as well as Hendry. They help, but they bump into each other, which causes them to start fighting. Joe Hendry's like, no, wait, look, it was accidental. Santana's like, screw you. You know, it was very, very physical. And but yeah, what'd you think of the main event, Bill?
Oh yeah, like so obviously you had the stars were out, and no, they're not. Obviously the Hardys, like you're going to get the big pop there. You're seeing obviously the Nemeths get a little bit more over in their championship reign. Got to see Myron Reed obviously with his part in there with the Rascalz, which was cool to see. And another one I just want to give obviously the shout out. We know Kate. We just talked about earlier Trey Miguel, who's going to work hurt at Slammiversary, but Casey Navarro obviously working hurt during this match. So kudos to him. Like he didn't have to carry a lot of it. Like AJ once again. Like if you are noticing a trend here in either singles or tag competition, like AJ's handling a lot of work lately. Like he's not just being a workhorse with like the penthouse and promos and promoting the company away from TV. Like he's in ring doing a ton of work lately. So it like a nice reward to get the win here for AJ.
So, all right, I'm going to turn it over to you to wrap up the show. Can you do that, Bill? I
got it, Jay.
I got it, Jeff. So but before I go, I just want to thank everyone. Smash that like button on your way out of here, folks. Thank you. We had some great numbers tonight. We got 1 week to go till Slammiversary. Thank you, Bill. I got to exit.
All right. Good night to the Bone Man, and I'll just wrap it up real quick because that was the main event. Obviously, so now who's going to win? Like, let us know in the chat. Let us know in the comments afterwards. Who do you think's going to come away out of Slammiversary with the championship belts in that ladder match? That stipulation, it obviously seems to favor the Hardys, but will we be surprised? Because obviously you have champions there in the Nemeths. You got First Class, which is just on a roll right now. And then you got the story that we know now of the Rascalz with Trey Miguel in his in that match before getting his hernia surgery. So Slammiversary really lining up to be a heck of a show. Looking forward to it. We got the go home show next Thursday. So we'll see if anything else gets announced this coming week. Obviously, we know with the President Carlos Silva and the comments he's been making in his interviews the last couple of days, we had a lot of news to start off. So if you stayed here the whole time, we thank you for the support. Just heading over 2.5 hours. So thanks once again, everybody, for joining us tonight. Like seeing all that, the First Class. I think First Class will definitely have the titles this year. I don't know if it will be here. I think it'll be a little bit of a swerve if they do it here, but I'm going to be on board for it. So we'll see what happens. But once again, everybody, I know a lot of you guys have all been here the whole time. Thanks for joining us tonight. And if anything else happens in the meantime, we'll definitely go live with it if there's any big news. But if not, we'll be back again next Thursday. Yesterday, the guys from the UK, they had their thoughts on last week's show. So they'll be reviewing this show next Wednesday. So the day before we go. So feel free to check that out too. And can always go to the backlog. I know we talked about the Asylum episodes, all kinds of content if you get in the mood to listening more about TNA. So thanks everyone for joining us. And we'll see you soon. Have a good night and enjoy your weekend. Thanks, everybody.